Have you ever felt that? That silence on the phone that seems to last days. That feeling that your voice, before the center of your family's universe, now echoes in an empty room? You strive, you call, you ask, you offer advice born from a lifetime of experience, and in return, get short answers. Monosyllables. It's okay, mother humorous, while you know that there is a world of things happening in their lives that you are no longer part. It seems that the more you try to approach, the more they move away. It's like holding water in your hands, frustrating, painful, and the worst, makes you feel insignificant. What if I told you that the solution is not trying anymore, but trying different? And if I told you that there is a single attitude, such a powerful change of stance that Machiavelli would call her genius, able to reverse this game and make the respect and attention you deserve so much again in your life? Stay with me, because the wisdom that I will share today is not about tricks. It is about personal power. It is about understanding human nature and using this to rebuild their family relationships on a basis of admiration and mutual respect. The magic will happen. My friendly guys, warriors of life. Before revealing this transformative attitude, we need to be honest and understand where our instinct, our immense love of mother and grandmother, cheats on us. We fall without realizing it in traps that, instead of approaching, sabotage us. The first trap, the 24-hour counselor. We saw everything. We've been through everything. It is natural to want to offer the map so that our children and grandchildren do not fall into the same holes. But what happens when the board is not requested? It becomes noise. Worse, he sounds like distrust in their ability to solve their own problems. You should do so, not requested, no matter how well-meaning it may be heard by them as, you are unable to do it alone. And no one likes to feel unable, especially coming from those who love it most. It creates distance. The second trap, the charger of affection. You don't call me anymore. It's been a long time since it appears. Your cousin called her mother 3 times this week. I know this phrase comes from the heart, a longing that hurts. But for those who hear, it sounds like a charge. And the charge generates guilt. The affection, when it becomes an obligation, loses its shine, loses spontaneity. The connection that should be a pleasure becomes an item to be scratched from a task list. And we don't want to be a task. We want to be the destination, the safe haven. The third trap, and perhaps the most dangerous, the guardian of my time. In my time, things were not like that. This generation today is very fragile. In the old days, we respected the elders without questioning. This posture, my friend, raises a wall. It puts us in a pedestal in a past that no longer exists and invalidates the gift of our children. She creates a us against them. Instead of building a bridge between generations, we dig a pit. And no one likes to visit those who live on the other side of a pit, judging their world. Do you notice the pattern? All of these traps depart from a place of love, but result in removal because they position us as a force that it presses, which it charges, judges. And human nature instinctively retreats from all pressure. Now, let's go to the strategy. Machiavelli, in his writings about power, did not speak of love, but deeply understood human behavior. And one of the pillars of power and respect is the principle of perceived value. Think with me. What is more valuable, gold or sand? Tap water or a pure water source in the middle of the desert? The value is not only in the utility, but in scarcity and desirability. When we become the 24-hour counselor, the charger of affection, the guardian of the past, we have become the sand. We are everywhere. We are always available, always offering, always anticipating. Our presence and wisdom become banal, such as tap water. They lose the perceived value. Respect is not given to those who beg for it. Respect is a natural consequence of admiration. People approach what they admire, what they want, what they intrigue them. The strategic question we should ask ourselves is not, how can I make them pay more attention? But how can I become such an interesting, such valuable, and with such a full life that their attention is a natural and inevitable consequence? This is where magic begins. This is where we come out of the victim role of circumstances and assume the throne of our own lives. So what is this only and powerful attitude? It is the strategic withdrawal of the focus. Calm down, don't be alarmed. This does not mean being cold, distant, or abandoning your family. On the contrary, it is one of the greatest proof of love you can give. Loving yourself first, and, from that force, redefine your position in the family. Remove their focus and place it, intentionally and gloriously, on you. Let's detail this in 3 practical steps, because wisdom without action is just philosophy. Step 1. Become the oasis, not the inexhaustible source. A source is always gushing. An oasis is a precious place that people are looking for when they are thirsty. Starting today, you stop gushing advice, opinions, and solutions not requested. You become the oasis. When they come to you with a problem, instead of saying, "Do this," you will use the most powerful tool of wisdom, the question. "This really seems challenging. And what do you think about doing?" "I trust your ability to solve this, but I'm here if you need to talk." You return to them responsibility, showing confidence. This is respect. Suddenly, your opinion, now kept, becomes rare. And what is rare, my friend, is valuable. They will start asking for their wisdom. Step 2. Master the communication of the interested silence. Instead of filling each conversation with your stories and worries, practice silence. But not a punitive silence. A silence interested. When they talk, listen. Listen for real. Ask questions about what they are saying. And how did you feel about it? What was the best part of your day? Tell me more about this project in your work. In doing so, you take the spotlight from mother-grandmother who needs attention and puts it on them. People love to talk about themselves to someone who genuinely hears. You will become the best confidant, the person with whom it is a pleasure to talk, not someone they need to accountable. Step 3. Live your own legend. This is the most important and most liberating step. What would you do if you weren't expecting a call? What falls in love with you? That Italian course you always wanted to do? Dance classes? The book club? The volunteer work? That trip with friends? Do! Fill your schedule with your life. Have stories to tell you, not about pain or longing. When your child calls Sunday afternoon and you say, with the greatest naturalness and joy, "Son, how great hear your voice. I can't talk much now. I'm leaving the theater with Sonia. We talk tomorrow?" Something magical happens in his mind. The image of the mother who stays at home waiting for breaks. In its place, a fascinating woman comes with a life of her own, with interests, with contagious energy. He will not feel guilty. He will feel curiosity. He will feel admiration. And maybe, only perhaps, a shit of fear of losing space in the life of that amazing woman who is his mother. This is the strategic withdrawal of the focus. You are no longer orbiting their lives. You have become your own sun, and they will naturally be attracted to your light and heat. Let's see how this works in real life. Scenario 1. The lack of visits. The old attitude. Call and say, "Wow, a month ago you haven't appeared here at home. I miss you." Generates guilt. Scenario 2. The teenage grandson on the cell phone. The new strategic attitude. Feels close. Say nothing for a moment. Then ask with genuine curiosity. What do young people find so interesting in these videos? Shows me one that you find funny. You are not judging. You are building a bridge. You are entering his world for a moment, instead of demanding that he comes to yours. The chance of him lifting his head and talking after that is infinitely greater. Scenario 3. The daughter's outburst about marriage. The new strategic attitude. Listen to everything in silence, interested. In the end, hug her and say, "I'm sorry you are going through it. It's a difficult situation. Know that I love you and I trust your strength and intelligence to find the best way. I'm here to hear whenever you need it." You offer unconditional support, not an instruction manual. You become the safe haven, not the general. The change is subtle in the form, but gigantic in impact. I know what you might be thinking now. A cold fear in the spine. What if I do all this? What about they move away for good? What if they like I'm not foot anymore and just disappear? It is a legitimate fear that comes from our deep love. But let me be very honest with you. In 99% of cases, what happens is the opposite. Curiosity, admiration, and respect flourish. They realize the value of what they had and they didn't see anymore. They begin to start contacting, asking your life, to value your opinion. But what if your case is that 1%? What if, as you remove the focus, they really move away? So, my friend, this attitude didn't fail. She gave you the most painful but most necessary answer of all. She revealed that the relationship no longer existed by genuine affection, but for a sense of obligation that, once removed, left nothing in place. And knowing that, as much as it gives, it frees you to focus your energy and love to those who really value your presence, frees you to build such a rich life that this absence, though felt, will no longer be the center of your universe. But I trust, from the bottom of my heart, that it will not be the case. Family love is resilient. He just needs space and admiration to breathe. Magic, therefore, is not in any secret word or manipulation trick. The magic is in you. You are remembering the amazing woman you are beyond your role as mother and grandmother. By removing their focus and putting it in your own happiness, in your own legend, you do not lose them. You teach them by example how they should treat you. You become the sun, strong, bright, full of life. And who in their right mind would move away from the heat of the sun? You do not need to demand respect. You will command it silently just because you are who you are. If these words have resonated in your soul, if you are ready to assume the throne of your life, write here in the comments, "I am my son." Let's create a community of women who understand their own value. And of course, if this message can help another woman, share this video. Subscribe to the Wise Words of Maturity channel for more life strategies, because the journey of wisdom is always richer when we walk together. A strong and bright hug, and even our next meeting.